Hello everybody, Mr. Hughes here. I'm just going to spend a few moments just trying to explain a bit more about the Year 9 option of Design and Technology Graphic Products. So the course is called GCSE Design and Technology, and we would look specifically at graphics and graphic-based materials on our course. The exam board is AQA, it is a GCSE. It's weighted, so half of your qualification is determined by a 2-hour exam, and half of your qualification is determined by a non-examined assessment, which is a 30-hour project, which we'll look at in a bit more detail in a few slides' time. So here's the mission statement from AQA. I won't read it out word for word. I'll let you sort of pause the video if you'd like to, and then you can read it at your own leisure. So what you'll learn is obviously more in-depth knowledge of graphic products and how that has a role to play in the world we live in. And hopefully that'll then give you greater understanding and appreciation of graphic products in our everyday lives, and it'll sort of encourage you to try to improve the quality of graphic materials out there. Obviously, we're going to teach you some more skills that'll be practical using graphics tools and materials, but also we want to try and provide you with skills or at least sort of improve some of your skills in some areas of CAD, so 2D and 3D designing. There's lots of transferable skills within the course. We want you to be creative problem solvers. We want you to be have a creative mindset. We want you to be able to be independent in your designing and manage yourselves and manage your own work. And that'll become particularly important when it comes to your non-examined assessment. So just to break it down a bit further, so the exam is sat in the summer of year 11. So it's 2 hours long and it's worth half of your final qualifications. And there's 3 sections to it. Some of the questions we'll be looking at would be specific to graphics and graphics process in particular. Others of them are much broader and sort of generic design and technology theory. The other half then is what we call non-examined assessment. So on the 1st of June in year 10, AQA will release 3 contexts. Now these contexts vary every year, but to give you some examples, we've had nature and the environment, sustainability, and teenage lifestyles, high profile events. So you can choose one of those contexts and you'd explore it in more detail. You then choose one of those contexts and you produce investigation, research work. You'd write your own design brief. You'd generate your own design ideas. You would develop your own design ideas. You would then make your design idea. And then obviously you would analyze and evaluate the quality of it. It's about 30 hours long. It's mainly done in lesson time. And it's a great opportunity for you to sort of take ownership of a project and to focus on something you've got your own sort of interest in. Career pathways, well, it's a very natural progression onto the A-level design and technology course, which is product design. Okay, other things that involve design, such as graphic designers, interior designers, animators, illustrators. I'll put a few pics on there that you can see. So branding, obviously really important, how successful your branding is. So you might be like the next sort of Wally Ollins. You might be the next, you might have a great idea of how to sort of communicate sort of health and safety through signage and sort of road signs and road networks like Margaret Calvert, or you might have a great way of sharing sort of navigational skills such as Harry Beck and his sort of London Underground map. So what to expect? Well, it's quite a clear pathway from Key Stage 3 design and technology. You've obviously been doing it now for at least 3 years, and we've always been trying to encourage you to be creative and take risks. We've got great CAD/CAM facilities at school, and you'll be encouraged to use those where possible and where applicable. We will try to improve as many of your skills as we can through practical scenarios and practical lessons. Obviously, there is some standalone theory lessons, that we can't really sort of teach through practical outcome. So we teach those as sort of standalone lessons. Again, you get loads of support from your subject teachers, particularly when it comes to things like your non-examined assessment. We're very approachable, I hope, and we're very willing to give up our time to make sure your non-examined assessments are very successful. So who should study the subject? Well, students who are creative and open-minded and are willing to question existing practices. Students who are determined and resilient, particularly when it comes to your non-examined assessments. You need to make sure that you've got the determination to keep exploring concepts, to keep working through problems through trial and error. Obviously, if you've enjoyed it at Key Stage 3, so you've enjoyed it in years 7s, 8 and 9, that you've had a really good sort of introduction to it, and it's just a further development of that. And obviously, you need to enjoy the sort of challenges that design brings with it. If you've got any questions about it, well, please contact myself, Mr. Hughes. My email's up on the screen, and thanks for watching.